Folks, what is up? We are about to do the tournament. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me start this thing over, right? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, 138 MMA proudly brings to you the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5 tournament giveaway. We have 8 contestants today, representing many of your favorite YouTube creators, as well as some of your favorite folks from the chat, and some people just happen to know personally. So this is going to be an absolute blast. I'm just pulling some stuff up right here so that way you don't have to worry about me flipping my screen because I have to share my whole screen. Otherwise, this doesn't work right. Yeah, there we go. So we got it up. We got everything going. First off, let me double check over here. Kiwi Brew stopped by earlier today to talk some smack in the chat. Kiwi Brew is represented by the one and only Arman Tsarukyan. And he's fighting Charles Oliveira. So he wanted to talk some smack and say that that Oliveira's getting stomped. So that's exciting. We're going to let a couple of y'all get situated, get seated in as we go over the brackets. As you can see on the screen here, we are all set, ready to go. Don't worry. I'm going to pull it up right here for the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5. That's how we're going to run it. So we're in the lightweight division, and I haven't decided yet. You know what? Since this is a championship, so what I think we're going to do, here's what I think we're going to do, guys. So in the first round of the tournament, normal fights. Nothing crazy. Second round of the tournament. Second round. Do we run the second round so we have it as a title fight, or do we run the second round straight up just normal fight and then do just the championship as a title fight? We're going to do just the championship as a title fight. Everything else is going to be 3 rounds. Guys, it's going to be fun regardless. I didn't mean to go to that window. We're going to do normal fights until the championship. That is going to be 5 rounds. We're going to do unified rules. I think that's the safest way to go. So unified rules. And let me go ahead and go over who we've got here in each of the matchups. Now, the first matchup of the night, we have Islam Makhachev. He is representing one of everybody's favorite creators here on YouTube, Blood Money MMA Bets. So Blood Money, I hope you are watching this. If you're not, well, you're going to miss out. And if you win, it's going to be kind of embarrassing if you don't notice you win. But either way, Blood Money is represented by Islam Makhachev. He was the first one to buy a shirt from my site. It was fantastic of him. He's a great guy. So that's cool. We have Cole Farrell, which is kind of the oddball pick of the night. He's actually represented by none other than Angelo from We Want Picks, because he actually bought a shirt. Believe it or not, he buried the hatchet. Him and I had a little beef for a while, but he buried the hatchet. So Cole Farrell is representing Angelo. Next, if we move across, let's move down. Next up, we have a matchup between Brandon Beast Mode Meyer, who is actually represented by Brandon Beast Mode Meyer. That's what it is. Like Brandon picked himself for this. He's a friend of mine. He bought a shirt. So there we go. He did it. We got Troy Robert down there. He's awesome. Fantastic. Look at you dropping the $10 donation. Troy, you're fantastic. Found my channel a few months ago. He's kept up with it ever since. He loves the breakdowns. Troy, I think you're a fantastic human. I'm glad you're here for this giveaway tournament that we're doing. I don't know if you're familiar with the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5, but you're going to have a blast watching this. It's going to be a good time. We're going over the bracket right now, so hang tight, and we will get to the fights shortly. But we're going to have some good fun here. So, like I said, my friend Brandon Meyer picked Brandon Meyer himself to represent himself in the tournament. He's going up against another guy that is from my gym who just picked BJ Penn because he doesn't know any of the current fighters because he stopped watching MMA. So he picked BJ Penn, who's probably getting wrecked. But either way, who knows? Maybe he won't. I mean, he's got skills. He's just old and whatever. On the other side of the tournament here, we've got Arman Tsarukyan. As we already mentioned, Kiwi Brew, a longtime fan of the channel, is represented by Arman Tsarukyan in this tournament. And he's going against Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is representing Johnny K. Picks. If you guys know Johnny K. Picks, he also purchased a shirt. Fantastic human being. I really like Johnny K. He's a good dude. And he, did great last week, and not many of us did. So good for him. So Johnny K, he's got Charles Oliveira. So that's going to be a head-to-head heated matchup. In the last matchup of the, quarterfinals, we have Drew Dober, who's representing another friend of mine. So we're going to go with that. But Drew Dober, he's local to my hometown, so that's why he got picked. And last but not least, we have Benoit Saint-Denis, who is representing Daz Files. If you guys know Daz Files, he's always in the chat, always in the comments. So there we go. That is our lineup for this one here. And like I said, first, we have Cole Farrell taking on Islam Makhachev. And like I said, quarterfinals, we're just going to do a normal, not title fight, nothing crazy. This is going to be a fun time. Got a handful of you guys down there in the chat. I appreciate all of you. You are all fantastic humans. So thank you for being here. Let's see. Islam Makhachev. And what do we got? We got Classic Andrew down here. BSD versus Dober is a bad matchup for Dober. Hey, we're going to find out, brother. Classical Andrew, we are going to find out. Don't worry. He's not just coming off of a knockout in this because, it didn't happen a few days ago in this game. Everybody is coming off with no injuries at the start in the matchup. So there is that. You don't have any built-in injuries. Let's see. Cole Farrell. Okay. This is a wild matchup. I'm not even super familiar with Cole Farrell. Regional guy. He's 10-1. He's going against 24-1 Islam Makhachev. So that's interesting. You guys can throw your predictions down there in the chat. I would appreciate it. It'd be really fun. I know most of you guys, probably all of you guys, are probably picking Islam here. That's my initial lean, obviously, because, it's Islam Makhachev. He's the lightweight champion of the world for the UFC. So he's probably going to get the win, but who knows? Cole Farrell, 10-1. He might pull something out, out of the bag, right? He says he's normally a featherweight but can compete at lightweight, so that's what we're doing. That was the pick. That was the fighter that's picked. So here we go. We're just gonna get this fight rolling. Okay. So we don't need to worry about that stuff. That's just the silly stuff. So round one begins, guys. The first fight in the first round of the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5 giveaway tournament. Here we go. Like I said, you can also look at this instead of just Islam versus Cole Farrell. You can look at it as Blood Money versus Angelo. Troy's going with Cole. There we go. He believes in miracles. McPooperton, if Cole wins, nothing means anything. Cole's a big underdog, fellas. He is a big underdog. All right. Right out of the gate, Farrell coming in. All right. Farrell hits with a left hand, but misses with the vicious right. So he's coming out of the gate hard, guys. He's coming out of the gate hard. Makhachev aggressively moves in, risking taking some strikes for a chance to get some grappling started. A 1-2 from Farrell fails to land. Makhachev gets a hold of Farrell. Oh, that's it. It's all over with the shouting, folks. Here we go. Using his wrestling skills, Makhachev is trying to push Farrell up against the cage. Makhachev achieves it and pinning Farrell to the cage. That makes sense. Farrell is trapped up against the cage. Okay, let's get to the point, guys. All right, occasional short punches are all that happens for the next 60 seconds as the two fighters continue to be pressed tight up against the cage. So far, Makhachev's winning, just controlling. Farrell's trapped, unable to get free. Simple enough. They remain there, hitting each other with short punches for about a minute. Okay, we are really getting a barn burner here, folks. First fight of the tournament, not super exciting so far. Farrell is pressed up against the cage and simply can't break control of Makhachev. Okay, 60 seconds goes by. Neither fighter does anything. Okay. Referee decides there's a lack of progress. Wow. Okay, 43 seconds left in the first round. Great job, ref. After they get out at distance, Makhachev lands a left hand. All right. A punch from Farrell fails to land. Makhachev lands a couple of weak left hands and that barely registered. Okay. Farrell hits the left hand but finds nothing with the big right. And that's the end of round one. I mean, you'd be silly to say that Makhachev lost that round. So I'm going to say Islam takes round one. As do the commentators on the game, the ones that I'm reading most of their commentary. So they also think Makhachev took it 10-9. Makes sense. Easy. Round two. Here we go. Farrell throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't land either. Farrell throws a quick land too, but Makhachev was equal to it. All right. Makhachev seizes the chance and grabs Farrell into a clinch. Here we go, guys. He's just going to push him against the cage again. Here we go. Troy, again, he's a supporter of the channel. Troy, you're fantastic. I appreciate the heck out of you, dude. You are great. Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been so generous tonight. Shout out to Troy, guys. Everybody give Troy a shout out in the chat. He's a fantastic human. Back to it. We got Makhachev. He's getting a good grip. Makhachev appears to be looking to wrestle towards the takedown. All right. This is fantastic. He's giving away memberships. Troy's a fantastic human. Fantastic indeed. Look at that. Nate Brown was gifted a membership. Congrats, Nate. Congrats. All right. So we are getting after it. Let's see. He lifts the opponent and drives him down belly to belly, side control. Makhachev tries to get to the mount position. He's giving out memberships left and right. You are a fantastic guy. Thank you, man. Thank you. Makhachev tries to get to the mount position. Farrell does not allow it. Okay, he's still stuck in the side control. Look at that. Look at that. Stuck there. Makhachev tries to ensnare Farrell in an arm triangle, and he blocks it. Farrell's doing better than I thought, guys. And I think you guys can probably say the same. We all counted this guy out, and he's surviving. Sure, he hasn't really done anything offensively, but he is still in this thing. Makhachev throws a few left hands to the body and then attempts a Kimura. And that is it. He taps him out. There it is. Cole Farrell is tapped out due to a Kimura. Islam Makhachev is the winner by submission. The official result, they said it was a poor fight. I understand that. The official result, Islam Makhachev defeats Cole Farrell via submission, Kimura being the specific method, 346 into round number 2. Checks out. We all kind of saw that coming. Again, shout out to Troy for being the man, all right? Good job, dude. I appreciate the heck out of you. You're awesome. It was a robbery, classical Andrew says. My brother, you're hilarious. You are hilarious. Culture of one. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you go big, it just doesn't pay off for you. But, you admire his tenacity, and he did a pretty good job in that first round. He didn't just get ragdolled. So moving on to round number 2, we've got Islam Makhachev. Okay, guys, that was a rough start to the card. But we've got more, okay? We got 4 fights in the first round. We've got 2 in the semifinals, and then we've got our finals. So we've got a few coming up yet. It's all good to go, folks. Right back to it. We've got Brandon Meyer, personal friend of mine, fighting BJ Penn. I can't announce it. Didn't mean to do that. There he is, Brandon Meyer. I can't announce it yet, but Brandon is fighting very soon for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. I don't know I do know who he's fighting, but we don't know that. I'm not allowed to announce it yet. But for BKFC, he's going to be fighting pretty soon. Can't tell you the date. Can't tell you who he's fighting. So stay tuned. He's fighting BJ Penn, who is, God, I mean, Brandon's getting up there in age. BJ Penn is old. So here we go. Interesting matchup. Brandon Meyer 1-1 in MMA. That does not include his BKFC fights. BJ Penn, according to this, is 16-14-2. That sounds right. I don't think they count the bar fights. So there is that. That was mean. I'm sorry, guys. That was uncalled for. BJ's a fun, veteran of the sport. Okay, here we go. We are ready to roll. Round 1 begins, guys. I can't lie. Drop your predictions down in the chat here. I'm rooting for Brandon. I can't not. But I also wouldn't be surprised if BJ just does BJ stuff, goes out there and does something and wins. But he's one of the best fighters to ever do the darn thing. He's just way past his prime and very chinny. But Brandon, I'm rooting for him. Like I said, that's my friend, so I got to root for him. Anyway, 2 fighters come in, touch gloves. Both fighters move in and engage. Penn uses the left jab, but fails the hook to the body. Meyer's off target with the left jab, but connects cleanly with the right hand. That might be the end for Penn. Nope. Penn goes forward, and the 2 fighters exchange strikes. Meyer fires off a counter jab. Penn can't connect with the jab, but then he hits Meyer with a beautiful right uppercut. No freaking way. He wobbled him. See what I'm saying? He wobbled him. He's looking to finish him off. Penn pounds away, lands a big strike. The referee steps in. Oh, Brandon, you just lost to BJ Penn, brother. Oh, man. Big Pooper and Brandon by parking lot arm triangle. Oh, that would be hilarious. I wish. Yeah, apparently Penn caught him with an uppercut and put him out. That's rough, guys. That is rough. The official result. It was a good fight, they say. BJ Penn somehow moves on. Defeats Brandon Meyer. That breaks my heart. TKO due to strikes 1 minute into round number 1. BJ Penn, you move on. Good for you, BJ. Good for you. All right. Well, that was another short one. BJ Penn moves on. He has to fight Islam in the next round. I don't think that's going to go well for him, but who knows? I could be wrong. The next matchup. This is probably the most even matchup on the card, and it's actually a matchup coming down in real life for UFC 300. So, guys, that's going to be fun. We've got Arman Tsarukyan taking on Charles Oliveira. I actually can't tell if you guys can see me clearly in the camera just by the fact that I don't have it up on my screen here, but I'm going to trust that you can. So, either way, Arman Tsarukyan, Charles Oliveira, drop your predictions in the chat. I appreciate that. I think it's fun. Okay, so I picked the first one right, picking Islam. I picked the second one wrong, picking Brandon. That's a shame. We've got Arman and Charles. Now, this is funny because I'm going to have to do a breakdown on this fight in real life because, obviously when UFC 300 rolls around, that's what we'll be doing. So now I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't fully taped this one yet, but from where I'm at so far, I'm leaning Charles Oliveira, guys, for the real life matchup and for this one. That's where I'm at right now. I have not fully made my pick on this one yet, but Charles just fights in such a style Troy's down there. He's got something. Armin via... We're going to call that submission. That's hilarious. All right. My brother. Troy's on Armin via submission. That is very funny. I can't highlight your stuff on the chat. So, like, I can't highlight you guys on the screen. So, bear with me. I could normally, but since I have the screen share, if I go back to that page, it's just going to look like a mess. So, I can't do that. But I wish I could highlight all you guys on the screen. But we're going to have to deal with it tonight just by the way that this is set up. But Troy, he's picking Armin. We're going to call it via submission. I'm leaning Charles, but let's see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. We've got Armin Tsarukyan coming in 20-3 at the time of my update that I did last. So, I think that's still accurate. Could be. I might be wrong. Might be 21-3. Either way, 34-9 and 1 no contest for Charles Oliveira at the point of the last update that I did, which was, I think, a month or two ago. I can't remember. Either way. So, here we go, folks. We've got it. Who do we get? Round 1 begins. Do they touch gloves? No, they just go right at it. That checks out. Here we go. Charles Oliveira, Armin Tsarukyan, no glove touch, just going right in. Tsarukyan finds a good angle and lands a nice 1-2. That would have been hilarious if that was just it. Showing good footwork. Oliveira lights his opponent up with a 1-2 followed by a leg kick. Okay, these guys are just going at it. We're only we're 30 seconds into this fight, and these guys are going. Classical Andrew down in the chat. Oh, this is his favorite fighter, to be honest. Dude, how can you not? I mean, he's not my favorite fighter, but I do like Charles Oliveira. He's a fun fighter to watch. The dude's fantastic. Who doesn't like a Charles Oliveira fight? I don't think he ever has a boring fight. So I'm with you. This is going to be a good one. The exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the cage, but neither fighter lands anything good. Constantly pressuring his opponent, Oliveira comes forward. That checks out. That's real right there. Tsarukyan throws a counter jab but misses. Okay, doesn't do anything there. 1-2 fails from Oliveira. They're engaging. So a lot of stuff's thrown. Not a lot's landed. Tsarukyan throws a leg kick but doesn't make contact. Oliveira counters with a left jab and then a great right hook. Oliveira connects with a nice jab and then hits a fast right, high right kick to the side of the head. That might be it. It's a big strike. Tsarukyan backs off, looking extremely dazed. That last shot may have knocked him loopy. Yeah, I bet. Knockdown. Tsarukyan gets clocked with a right hand to the side of the head, the same side that he just ate a head kick with. So he goes down hard. He's down. We got Tsarukyan on the ground. Charles Oliveira sensing victory. He comes in and starts unloading with punches. Oliveira pounds away with right hands, but doesn't do much damage. Oliveira is still pounding away, but they're easily taking on the gloves. So Tsarukyan covering up well, it looks like. Here we go. Oliveira says the ground and pound's not doing it. Let's go for the submission. He tries to lock Tsarukyan in an Americana, which is a interesting thing to go for here. And Tsarukyan defends it. He might survive this round. That would be incredibly impressive. Oliveira fires off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked by the gloves. Does it again. Wow, he's hanging in there. Oliveira's just firing away, but not landing anything. Just not landing anything significant. Not enough for the ref to stop it. That's impressive. No damage taken. That's the end of the round. Tsarukyan survives the round, but you gotta believe that was probably a 10-8 for Charles Oliveira. The announcers here, they're saying it's a 10-9. I would imagine that's a 10-8. Rocked him with a head kick, followed up with a right hook to the side of the face, drops the guy down, and then just pounds on him for like 3 minutes. I mean, light shots, but for like 3 minutes, this got to be a 10-8 in my book, but we'll see. Round 2, here we go. Start of the round, they both move in to engage. Tsarukyan misses a right hook, but gets countered with a jab and a right hand that narrowly fails to connect. So Tsarukyan's getting beat up on the feet, and I think a lot of that comes down to, the size, because Oliveira is much longer, much taller. He's 5'10" as opposed to 5'7", but also the fact that the way Charles Oliveira fights is just chaos. So I could imagine Tsarukyan coming in, usually guys respecting his power, and Oliveira just being like, screw it, man, you can't put me out. I'm going to put you out, and just slinging something back. And that's how he's landing these counter shots. That's my guess. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. You guys can let me know in the chat. Tsarukyan shows how light he is on his feet by dancing out of the way of a couple of punches and a low kick. Okay. But then he misses with the right hand, so it didn't really do anything. Good job, guy. They engage. Tsarukyan misses with a big right hand, allowing Oliveira to counter with quick jabs that are followed by a right cross. Yeah, Charles Oliveira is just outclassing him here on the feet. Tsarukyan misses with a right hook and leaves himself open to be countered with a left jab and a left to the body. Okay. Let's see. A good example of how Oliveira can use his huge reach advantage to win the striking battles. Yeah, exactly what I was just saying, guys. It's like they read my mind. They exchange a few strikes, nothing significant. They meet in the center and start to strike. Tsarukyan connects with a left hand. Oliveira connects cleanly with the right hand. All right. Here they go. Tsarukyan misses a leg kick, momentarily off balance, gets countered with a pair of jabs that are followed by a leg kick that misses. Okay, so he landed with the jabs, missed with the leg kick. The two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Tsarukyan misses with a big right hand, allowing Oliveira to counter with some jabs that are followed by a powerful right hook. So, oh, shit. Okay, there it is. Tsarukyan collapses, and he just got knocked out by that last counter. So he got hit with two jabs and then followed with a powerful right hook that puts him out. Okay, guys, here's what I was thinking. So Tsarukyan was throwing these big one-shot power shots, right? And it makes sense because he's trying to close distance. But then he's getting countered by Oliveira, who's going like, jab, jab, big shot, jab, jab, big shot, jab, jab, leg kick. And that's what was ultimately the demise for Tsarukyan here, is just Oliveira had better volume. He had the reach advantage. And I think that's something similar to what we're going to see in real life, honestly. I think if this fight's on the feet, I think Oliveira is going to be landing the more quality shots with better volume. I think on the mat, sure, Oliveira might get rocked. And I think on the mat, though, it's a good fight. Either guy has their advantage. So so far I'm leaning Oliveira, but I got to do a little more tape. But yeah, I got to lean Oliveira so far. But yeah, in this, he knocks him out. So if you were keeping tabs, if you remember, first let's read this out. Charles do Bronx Oliveira defeats Arman Tsarukyan via knockout punch, 2:24 into round number 2, and it was rated as a good fight. I think that was a darn good fight. So there we go. Didn't even have to go see the scorecards. That's cool. I don't think we've seen the scorecards at all. Look at that. 3 fights in the books, no scorecard seen. So if you guys remember, we had Charles Oliveira representing Johnny K Picks. Johnny, I hope you're in the chat, man. Hope you're watching this video, because if you're not, dude, you don't even know you just won a fight. Who knows? You could win the whole thing and win a free copy of this game. This fantastic game. For anybody that isn't in the tournament already, obviously if you're in the tournament, don't buy a copy right now because you might get a free one. But if you aren't in the tournament and you want to buy a copy, the link is in the description. It's a fun game. You can play it where you run the promotion and do all that stuff, build everything up. But you can also just play it like I am right now, where you're just doing a versus type of simulator thing. It's very fun either way. I'm a big fan of it. So either way, World of Mixed Martial Arts 5, you can get it, the link in the description. It is there. Next, we've got Drew Dober taking on Benoit Saint-Denis. Okay. And earlier, we had some predictions about Dober getting a bad matchup here. So Classical Andrew, I believe it was, said Benoit Saint-Denis is his pick. For everybody else, let me know your picks. We've got Drew Dober coming in 26-12 in a no contest. That is not actually accurate now because he just fought last weekend and they haven't updated the game since. But we're going off of this, which is like a month or so ago. On the other side, we have Benoit Saint-Denis, who is 12-1 in a no contest. This is going to be a fun fight, guys. We've got the nicknameless Drew Dober versus Benoit, the God of War, Saint-Denis. Like I said, drop your predictions in the comments or in the chat. We're going to have some fun here. Let's see. Classical Andrew. Yeah, he smashes Dober. Unfortunately, I like both, though. Dude, yeah, I think this is a fun fight. And I think it's whoever just lands the heavy shots early is winning this thing. But I could be wrong. If Benoit takes a grappling heavy game plan, he's probably getting the win. It's just the way that it is. I mean, he's got the grappling skills, but I could see him being suckered into a firefight, either guy getting caught. So that is a possibility for sure. Oh, missed it. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Please do announce it. Cool. Round 1 begins. What do we think? Oh, here we go. We got another one. Troy on Saint-Denis. Everybody's on Saint-Denis. I'm rooting for Dober because he's my hometown guy. And, I know him personally. I like him. He's a good dude. So I'm rooting for Dober. But I understand why people are picking Saint-Denis, and I don't blame you a bit. He probably gets the win, especially if he comes out with a grappling heavy game plan. We will see, though. And here we go. Round 1 begins. Do they touch gloves? I think they do. No, they just come right out. Wow. Dober hits a couple of minor right hands, but the big left hand follow-up misses. Okay. Oh, yep. Saint-Denis. Look at that. Very quick takedown attempt. That was a smart game plan. Yeah, that might be over right here. If he's going grappling heavy game plan, right, we're 30 seconds into about 30 seconds into the fight. He's going for the takedown. He gets the single leg takedown. Dober pulls guard off it. Saint-Denis throws a few weak-looking punches and decides on his next move. So he's basically just buying some time. I don't blame him. Let's see. Saint-Denis throws several small strikes at Dober, always keeping him close to the body. So basically just not let him get any space. He doesn't posture up or anything. Perhaps, where his submissions. I doubt that. I think he's just more just keeping him for control right now, but we'll see. He's just using small strikes, keeping it chest to chest. Let's see. Saint-Denis keeps tight to Dober, keeping him, peppering him with strikes. Got it. Same thing. Just clearly just sitting there, taking him, holding him down. Same thing. Yeah, he doesn't want to pass. All he's just doing is killing time. Killing time. And the referee decides that there's been a lack of action, decides to move him up. You know, Dober does that to people too, because if you watch back the Moicano fight, he was able to hold Moicano in position. Moicano wasn't able to advance very often. Every time he started to advance, he get pulled back. But if you watch back the Makhachev fight, even Islam had a little bit of trouble advancing against Dober. Dober might not be the best grappler in the division by any means, but he's really good at preventing people from moving to the next position. He's very good at locking you down. So, I mean, it's not really a good way to win a fight, but it's a good way to mitigate the damage you take when you're on the bottom. So there is that, and it gets the ref to stand it up. So at 2 minutes and 8 seconds left, we're back on our feet. Saint-Denis may have been setting to shoot, but Dober was aggressive and took the initiative. Okay. Dober hits 2 right jabs and then hits a scything kick to the legs of Benoit. Showing good hand speed, Dober lands a flurry of 4 punches and then scores with a leg kick. So he's going to the leg kicks. I like it. Dober moves in, connects with 2 right hands, and then scores with another leg kick. It's a good strategy. You know, if you can chop up the lead leg, it makes it harder to shoot the takedowns. I like that. Minute left in the round. Did he do enough? I don't know. We're going to see. Let's see. Showing good hand speed. Dober lands 3 out of a flurry of 5 punches, but Saint-Denis dodges a big left head kick. Oof, that's probably a good idea. Saint-Denis comes in looking for a takedown. There's only 14 seconds left, and he gets it. Dober is taken down off of a single leg, and he pulls guard. So, again, do you weigh the takedowns heavier or the strikes from Dober? Yeah, because Saint-Denis didn't really land anything other than the strikes from the ground pound position, but they weren't heavy. I think you gotta give like 3 minutes of control time. So yeah, basically that's it. End of round 1. Yeah, very little to separate them in this one. Yeah, I agree. It was a very close fight, very close round. Saint-Denis probably takes the first one on my scorecard as well. Close one, but I'm gonna say so. Let's see. So effective striking. So McPooperton brings up a good point. It goes effective striking, then grappling. If it's even, right? Not exactly. So they can't say both at the same time. So they have to say effective striking and grappling, but I don't think it's then grappling. I think it's either or that is effective. Which is deemed more effective? And this is based on an interview I did with referee Rob Lewers. So if you guys if you've been around the channel for a while, I did an interview with referee Rob Lewers of the Nebraska Athletic Commission. It's an hour-long interview. It's very long. It's very good, though. Referee Rob is the best local referee we have here. He's fantastic. If any of the other referees are watching this, learn something from Rob. He's fantastic. I'm not gonna back down on that statement. But he explained that to me in a little bit more depth, that it's striking and grappling. So yeah, I believe that is the correct way to look at it. So I think it comes down to which was more effective in the application of the fight. So I'm going to side with the grappling in this one, but I could see someone making a case for Dober. And Rob also kind of mentioned to me, it kind of depends on the judge, because Rob is a judge and a referee. He's predominantly a referee, but he judges fights as well. In fact, he's judged for the UFC before when they've been to Nebraska. But for Rob, he said that it kind of depends on what the judge has a background in. Now, if you're familiar with most referees and judges, they do have a background in some martial art. So you do kind of see a little bias that way. And we see that in UFC fights all the time. So you will get some bias from them just based on the art that they prefer. So there's that. Anyway, here we go. Round 2 starts. Before I get to rambling too much. Looked like we're about to see Saint-Denis try to get some grappling started, but Dober was more aggressive and took the initiative. Dober lands 2 right hands, then catches Saint-Denis with a hard low kick to the front leg. He's chopping that leg up. That might be the thing that is going to save him in this fight. Let's see. Saint-Denis appeared to be going to try and get in close, but Dober took the initiative first. Dober hits 2 right jabs and then a nice straight left that lands hard. Okay. Dober connects with a nice jab and then hits Saint-Denis with a body kick. Now he's moving up to the body. Moves in closer. Saint-Denis appeared to be going to try and get in close, but Dober took initiative. So Dober is a round 2 guy. If you guys didn't notice that, the first round in his fights usually don't go his way. Unless that round 1 is just absolute chaos. But he does come out in round 2 very heavy with good game plan. He did that in the Moicano fight as well. He beat him in round 2, lost in round 3. So that's how it went. Dober moves in behind 3 quick punches, 2 of them finding home, but doesn't hit the body kick to follow up. Dober comes in fast and lands 3 quick punches and then lands a roundhouse kick to the body. Now he's working the body. He might be able to pull this off, guys. He might be able to pull this one off. I bet if we ran this fight 10 times, I bet it's not the same result every time. I bet we get pretty different results each time. Dober fails to land home with a jab and then scores with a left cross that lands hard. Look at that. Santaniz decides, screw that, I'm shooting. Shoots a takedown, and he gets it. Go figure. 2:43 left in the fight. He lands the takedown. Dober pulls guard. So Dober's on the back. Santaniz landing stuff, not landing any damage. Makes sense. I think this round, if this stays like this and he just is content to stay there and land shots that don't really do anything, I think this round will get scored for Dober because he did land some significant shots. Yeah, nothing. Just landing really soft stuff that he's just trying to maintain position. Smart. It's smart at this point because you were getting pieced up on the feet. You go to the takedown. I like the idea. It's a good move. Let's see. Final 60 seconds of the round. We're just going through it because that's all that's happening. He's just sitting there, can't just doing enough to keep the ref from standing him up. And yeah, look at this last one. Santaniz pounds away, but Dober calmly deals with them. So he's just doing the like hammer, like, you know, just to maintain position. I don't blame him. And then time runs out too. I'm scoring that round for Dober. I gave the first one to Santaniz. I think that round's Dober. I think we're tied up. Let's see. Exciting round of watch. Okay, I get it. They gave it to Dober as well. Okay, so we're on the same page. Me and the commentators are on the same page here. This one should be tied up 1 round apiece. Is this going to be our first decision? I think it will. I think we're going to decision. I don't know who's getting it, though. It kind of depends if Santaniz gets the takedown early because Dober's picking apart that lead leg, and then he's landing body kicks now. That's it. Santaniz goes in for a takedown 6 seconds into the round, and he gets it. Okay, yeah, it's probably over. Santaniz just won this fight. Unless the ref stands him up. But yeah, he's just firing away those little shots. No real damage is being done. Nothing. Still no damage. Yeah. He's just going to keep doing that. No, and the referee stands him up, though, guys. Look at that. We got some fun here. So the referee stands him up with 2:42 left. And here we go. Dober comes in with a flurry of 3 quick punches, landing 3 of them. So he hit them all. And then he hits Santaniz with a body kick. Nice. Santaniz is limping a little bit from the damage he's taken to his legs earlier in the fight. Okay. Interesting. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know how this one's going to go then. So Dober steps in, throws 5 quick punches, 5 of which land, and then scores a leg kick. Dober's starting to slow down a touch, though, perhaps conserving a little bit of energy. There's only a minute 49 left. That's not a big deal. Dober comes in confident. Okay. Setting up the shot. Dober took initiative, shuts it down. Hits a jab, and then hits Santaniz with a low kick to the front leg. Santaniz is limping pretty heavily as he circles around. Guys, I think Dober's going to pull this one off right here. Dober comes in looking to strike. Santaniz appears to be going in to try to get in, but Dober took initiative. Let's see. Dober comes in with fast 5 quick punches, landing 3 of them, and then hits him with another leg kick. Under a minute left in the round. I don't think it's going to be I think if this was like a 5-round fight, we might see like a situation where Santaniz couldn't stand on that leg. But then again, dude's durable as heck, so who knows. Looks like he was going to go for a shot, but Dober stopped him. It's with a jab, then lands that left hand. And let's see. Oh, there you go. He landed the left. So, yeah. So he hit him with a jab, and then he lands the left hand, and that cut Santaniz. I think that definitely took the round. Even the 2.5 minutes of control time for Santaniz, I don't think he can. He's limping on the leg. He's got a cut above the eye. I think you're going to have to give it to him because right here, limping quite noticeably. Santaniz is definitely feeling the damage of the legs. Definitely got it. I mean, they said definitely. Let's see. Santaniz comes forward, willing to take a few shots as long as he can get close enough to wrestle. Fair enough. Dober connects with a nice jab and then hits him with a straight left. Stepping in, Dober throws 5 quick punches, 2 of which land, and then a big left hand that was following up missed, and that's the end of the round. I got to give it to Dober. I think he wins 29-28, guys. I really do. And the commentators agree. Let's see if the judges can follow suit. Here comes the official scores. The judges score the fight 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. Interesting. 30-27 makes me think that they're going to give it to Benoit. But then again, the first round could have been scored for Dober. Okay, well, let's find out, guys. Oh, there it is, Drew Dober. Let's look at that. The hometown hero. Let's go, Dober. He beats Benoit Santaniz. I bet if we run that fight 10 times, that does not happen that way. But that was good. I'll take it. Let's go, Drew. Great fight. Oh, I got to read that. We got Drew Dober defeats Benoit, the God of War, Santaniz. Unanimous decision, 5 rounds of a 3-round fight. The fight was rated as great. So far, the best fight we've had so far, according to their rankings. I think it was a good fight. So here we go. Okay, fantastic. Let's check out our bracket. We'll see where we're at. Dober moves on. He'll be fighting Charles Oliveira in the next round. Okay, guys. So here we are. We're moving to the semifinals. If you haven't done it already, which I don't think any of you have, so there we go. Who's your prediction to win the whole tournament? And look at that. Troy, my gosh, man. My gosh. That is fantastic. You are so freaking nice. Look at you, man. Look at you. Doing the darn thing. Let's see. Karma. Should have guessed. There we go. Yeah, you know what, man? Classical Andrew, I appreciate you, brother. And you know what? I love doing these live videos, especially when we get to do the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5 stuff, because it's a game that I used to play all the time, right? And when they said that they wanted me to be kind of an affiliate with them, I was like, guys, I already play your game. This is great. So I'm stoked about it. And if I get to do, I haven't played their game in a while because, you know, I work a lot. But now that this is kind of like work, I love it. So it's a fun time. Again, Troy, keep doing the darn thing. You're so nice. I appreciate you. But Classical Andrew, yeah, you know what? Doing these live videos is a blast. Also, next week for the UFC panel that I do with the Couch Warrior, we're going to be on the Couch Warriors channel. Don't forget it. It's going to be Thursday night. So far, the plan at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. You guys are getting the first little hint about that. But we shall move on in the tournament after I grab a quick drink because that's all I'm talking. All right, folks, we are moving on. We are in the semifinals. In the semifinals, still a normal fight. We've got Islam versus BJ Penn. All right, guys. There we go. McPooperton. It's in your name, dude. It cracks me up. McPooperton is going to be there for the panel. Heck yes. It's going to be on Couch Warriors channel. Don't forget that. Here we are. Drop your predictions in the chat. Islam or BJ Penn. BJ came with the upset last time. Beat my guy Brandon, which breaks my heart again, by the way. But anyway, Islam and BJ. I gotta say, Islam probably gets this done, right? I mean, right? I mean, the guy's 20. Well, according to this, he's 24-1. He just got another win, so maybe he'd be 25. I don't know. Either way, maybe this tournament's considered exhibitions. We're gonna say that it's an exhibition tournament, so it doesn't mess with their. Also, you know, whatever. You guys, I'm just screwed around. Either way, we're gonna hit it. We're going to do this. We've got Islam Makhachev. He's taking on BJ, the Prodigy Penn. Yeah, you got to go Islam. You got to. That's what you got to do. And here we go. Do they touch gloves? I'm going to say yes. No. Freaking Islam right away goes for the takedown. Troy down there saying BJ via Hawaiian Heart. Hey, you know what? Dude, it paid off for him last time. So, Troy, you might be right on this one. And if BJ pulls off the win against Islam, I'm going to be absolutely astonished. Absolutely astonished. All right. Islam shoots immediately and completes the takedown. And BJ is on his back and pulls guard. That checks out. And apparently he's just keeping him there. And keeping him there. UFC 4 mode, fake glove touch, and then go for a leg kick. Is that like a thing? I've never played UFC 4. Is that a thing that you like? Is that like a lot of people fake the glove touch, like an online play or something? Is that a thing? I've never actually played it. I don't own like any like gaming consoles or anything like that. Because I don't have time for that. And if I buy one, then I would probably be tempted to play it. Okay, yes, that is a thing. Okay, yeah, I could see that. In real life, okay. Before we get too deep into this fight, obviously nothing's happened, but Makhachev just laying there. I go to a lot of local events here in Omaha, right? And there's a lot of like kind of lower level amateur fights, and you get a lot of guys that do stuff. And there's some lower level pro fights as well, there's a couple of decent ones. But either way, my point is, there's a lot of people that'll go for the glove touch and then just fake the glove touch and just clock somebody. And so I had a buddy of mine, another fighter that was cornering for one of his friends, and he told him in the back, "This guy's going to go for a glove touch. Don't do it." His fighter goes for a glove touch. The other guy fakes it, or like the other guy fakes it, of course, and then just knocks him out. Dude wakes up, looks at his coach, which was my buddy, and he goes, "Dude, you told me." Like, I still did it. And my buddy, stone cold, straight face, just goes, "Yeah, you idiot. You should have went for the glove touch. I already warned you about that." So, moral of the story, don't go for glove touches, guys. My coach used to yell at me like if I would go for a glove touch. If somebody would put their hand up like that, you go, "Nope." And just start beating on them, because people do that stuff. They go for the fake glove touch. It's a real thing. You see it a lot in the regional scene because guys just want to get a win. And you know what? It happens a lot. So either way, moral of the story, if you guys are going to fight in the cage, don't touch gloves. It's silly. Unless the referee does the whole, like, if you want to touch gloves, touch them now. All right, back to your corner. That's fine. But once the fight starts, don't touch gloves. That's stupid. Anyway, so Makhachev's trying to pass guard. We're back to the fight, guys. That is fucked up, McPooperton. You're right. Penn's ready. Let's see. Yeah. So Makhachev tried to pass. Penn's ready for the attempt and keeps him in guard, okay? Makhachev begins trying to pass guard again. Advancing his position, he passes to half guard, okay? He looks to pass from half guard to get to the side control. He passes, but loses control momentarily, and a scramble begins. The scramble allows Makhachev to take the back. Oh, guys, this is looking bad for Penn. Makhachev attempts to get a rear naked choke. Penn doesn't allow it. He forces the arm out from away from the chin. Penn tries to move Makhachev off of his back, but can't. And the end of the round is coming quick. There's under a minute left. Penn is in huge trouble now as Makhachev successfully gets both hooks in. I don't think this is going to go well. He didn't have both hooks and he tried to choke. What the heck? That is not good. We'll see. Both hooks in. Makhachev tries to flatten Penn out and get the rear naked choke, and he gets it. Penn gets flattened out with the rear naked choke and has to tap. Islam Makhachev wins by submission. Here it is. It was a good fight. Wow. 3 seconds left is all that there was. That's impressive. That Hawaiian Heart failed him in this one, but Islam Makhachev defeats BJ, the Prodigy Penn. Submission, rear naked choke, 4:57 of round number 1, and it was a good fight. Yeah, guys, that was it. BJ Penn, he had a good run. He did. He had a good run. But as we all kind of assumed, Islam moves to the finals. Here we go. So the other semifinal matchup, Charles Oliveira versus Drew Dober. There's no way that this is going to be a boring fight. There's absolutely zero chance this is going to be a boring fight. Neither of these guys are in boring fights, especially if they have anything to say about it. So another absolutely banger matchup. We're going to get her going. So Charles is the top seed, so we'll put him here versus Drew Dober. And also, guys, I don't know if I mentioned it. To seed this tournament, I did a random seeding. I just hit shuffle the bracket or whatever, and that's what we came up with. This is how it seeded it, which I think seeded it perfectly, to be honest. I mean, aside from maybe the Cole Farrell matchup, but he didn't really fit in there super well. I guess maybe you do Cole versus Brandon because they're both regional guys, but yeah. Yeah, definitely. McPooperton nailed it. This would be guaranteed. McPooperton. This would be guaranteed fight of the night because if you put this on a card, yeah, the obvious side is Oliveira because Charles Oliveira, former champion, fantastic fighter, but you're getting fireworks, guys, and this is also guaranteed fight of the night. So I'm with you, McPooperton. I agree. All right, fellas, let's crush this thing. Let's see what we got next. Let's go back to here. So the seeding of the tournament was great. So now we got Charles Oliveira, Drew Dober. Here we go. And the opening belt. Do they touch gloves? I'm going to say no. There's been a trend not to touch gloves. Nope, they didn't touch gloves. There you go. It's been a trend. We've only seen it once in this tournament. You guys drop your stuff in the comments or in the chat, but I'm pretty sure most of you are going to be picking Oliveira. But me, I'm rooting for Drew. We're rooting for Drew, guys. Drew's the man. Here we go. Oliveira quickly throws a punch and lands it, and then hits a glancing blow with the high kick. That's a weird way to word that. All right. Dober hits a punch, but finds the big left hand blocked. Okay. Both fighters meet in the center. Did Oliveira just block a punch? That's new. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. All right. Dober lands a quick punch, but fails on the leg kick attempt. Oliveira lands 3 out of 3 punches out of 4. But the right hook is blocked. 2 fighters meet and engage. Dober misses with a big left hand, allowing Oliveira to counter with a few quick jabs that are followed by a good right hand. Let's see. Oliveira needs to get dropped in order to win. Yeah, you might be right, McPooperton. Yeah, Oliveira might need to get dropped in order to win. That's just what he does. I guess, I don't know. He didn't get dropped in the Sarukian fight, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. In our earlier matchup, I get you. He gets dropped in most of these. And he might get dropped by Dober and then choke him from the bottom with a triangle or something. Anyway, where are we at? Okay, so Dober misses with a big left hand, allowing Oliveira to counter with a few quick jabs that are followed by a good right hand. The big reach advantage for Oliveira is very evident. Yeah, guys, that's a real thing. He's dude's 5'10". He's a lanky lightweight. They meet in the center. Oliveira misses a big right hand, putting him off balance, allowing Dober to attack with a good kick to the leg. He's going back to the leg kicks again, guys, and Dober has a good leg kick. I've seen it myself firsthand. Anyway, they meet in the middle. Dober quickly throws 5 punches. 3 of them land, and then lands the low kick. He's going right back to the same strategy that got him the win in the last one. You got to appreciate it. You got to admire it. Oliveira hits a left jab and then also scores with a great right hook. Ooh, that's not good. Dober immediately covers up and tries to retreat. I think he's dazed. We got Dober on skates. Big right hand from Oliveira drops Dober. Oliveira starts pounding away on Dober, looking to finish him off. Oh no, he lands some big right hands. Dober's having trouble dealing with anything. Let's see. Dober taking a beating. The referee stops the fight. Well, look at that. He didn't even get dropped in this one. Oliveira just doing the darn thing. Winning again. Okay, here we go. Charles Oliveira beats Drew Dober, TKO via strikes, 3 minutes and 6 seconds into round number 1 in a great fight. Yep, like I said, great fight. Great fight is what we thought was going to happen. But with that said, Charles Oliveira moves on to the next round. And with that said, we have the main event. Guys, this is a good one because, A, it's a rematch from an actual title fight that happened. It's a fight that was booked for a rematch, which is also cool. But also, guys, the people that are represented by these two fighters here that are being represented, it is an interesting one because they're two YouTube creators that you guys know. I was on their show last week on Friday, and Blood Money MMA Bets is represented by Islam Makhachev. If Islam wins, he wins a free copy of the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5 that I'm sure he's going to have a blast with. And Johnny K Picks is represented by his favorite fighter, Charles Oliveira. And if Charles Oliveira wins, Johnny K gets a free copy of World Mixed Martial Arts 5. So this is going to be fun. The fabled rematch, says McPooperton, and you are gosh darn right about it, my friend. This is going to be a good one, guys. I'm stoked for this. We've been doing this for, under an hour. This is flying by. We got a lot of finishes, though. We've only got, one decision, which is good. Because wouldn't it be something if we got like a robbery decision in one of these fights? And that's how it went. And yes, this game does do that. It does account for variance with like officials and all that. This game is super detailed to the point that like we got a little time here, guys. We're chatting, we're hanging out. It's my time. It's only 9:03 p.m. So we're going to hang out. In this game, you can customize referee settings. Like each referee has their own, like how quick do they stop fights? How long do they let people grapple before they stand them up? Things like that. This thing is so detailed. It's like the most detailed. It's definitely the most detailed MMA game on the planet. It is text-based, so there is that. You save on the graphics because you're just using pictures, and then you just text-based everything. But my goodness, is it detailed? And we've got our main event coming up. Islam being the top seed versus Charles Oliveira. You guys can drop your predictions in the chat, but I almost forgot to make this a title fight. We got 5 rounds here, folks. I don't think we're going to need 5 rounds. I really don't. Yeah, all that talk earlier about, do we make it all of them 5 rounds? There was no need. There was no need at all. Either way, this is going to be a good one, guys. This is going to be a good one. I almost didn't want to start it because it's the last fight on it, but maybe we'll chat for a little bit afterwards. Guys, any questions you have for anything, whether it's about this game, whether it's about MMA, you can drop those in the chat as well. I'll try to get to them. I might not get to them till the end of this matchup, but we'll get to them nonetheless. I want to give my attention to this matchup. I got to get another swig of water here, guys. We are working hard out here, folks. Working hard. We got the great Hatsby down there picking Oliveira to win. I'm personally picking Islam because I've got to say that fight, Islam versus Oliveira, the first time, was the biggest bet I've ever made in my life. And I bet it all on Islam at -190. So I'm a little biased here. He won me a lot of money. So I'm leaning for Islam. But I could see Oliveira winning. I think if Oliveira can make this fight messy, he has a chance. That's what he does in fights, is makes it messy. So it's possible. But yeah, drop your predictions in the chat. I'll try to check those out. Drop any questions you may have. Maybe we'll hang out for a little bit. Not too long because I still haven't eaten dinner and I've been at work, which I'm still at work. You can't see in the background. I've been here for, now it's been 13 hours. So, but 12 hours was the shift, and we're still here hanging out. But I'm having a good time. I was tired before we started this, but I'm having a blast. Just hanging out with you guys. I enjoy doing this stuff, talking fights. There's Johnny K. What's up, my brother? You're represented by this. If you win this one, dude, here's the bracket. I don't know if you just tuned in, but dude, Johnny K, if Charlie Olives wins this fight, you win the tournament and you win yourself a free copy of the World of Mixed Martial Arts 5, which I was just talking up. Guys, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Johnny K is down there in the chat. Johnny K is getting hyped. Here we go. Let's get to the fight. We can't waste any more time. Here we go. The fight begins. Do they touch gloves? I'm going to say no again. We haven't seen them touch gloves often. Johnny just got in. Dude, you got just in time. You missed a couple of bangers of matchups. Maybe go back to it at the end of this stream. Go back and rewatch them. It'll be a good time. You get to see some stuff. But Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, I'm going to say they don't touch gloves. And here we go. No. Makhachev just shoots for a takedown immediately. Rightfully so. I don't blame him. I mean, that's how he won the fight last time, was getting to fight to the mat, although he dropped him with strikes. But either way, takedown is successful. It's a single leg that leaves Oliveira pulling guard. Checks out. Makhachev throws a few weak punches, just looking to figure out what his next move is. Oliveira tries to move to rubber guard, but Makhachev doesn't allow it. That's fair. Smart. Good choice. In guard, Makhachev's content just to throw a couple of punches to the body, win in some minutes. That's what you need to do sometimes. Makhachev leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings from Oliveira. Guys, this is accurate. This has been good. All these fights have been pretty spot on. Aside from my buddy Brandon getting knocked out, that sucked. But either way, Makhachev fires off a few punches. Makhachev looks to pass guard. He isn't able to pass guard. Makhachev fights off an attempt to trap him in rubber guard. Yeah, Oliveira looking for that rubber guard. That's a go-to. The referee decides there's not enough action, stands him up. Okay. Here we are. We're on the feet. Oliveira connects with a nice jab and then lands a roundhouse kick to the body. Oliveira still has a chance to win this fight win this round, because Makhachev didn't do any damage really on the bottom or on the top. And Oliveira's been active from the bottom, even though he's not landing anything. So it wasn't like he was just getting smothered. And now he's up here landing some heavy body kicks. Coming forward, Makhachev is willing to take some hits if it means he's able to get in close enough to grapple. Oliveira can't hit the setup left jab, but then hits a nice straight right. Makhachev gets a hold of Oliveira. There's under a minute left in the round. Getting the underhooks, Makhachev looks for the takedown. Makhachev sweeps the leg and takes Oliveira down hard. That was probably way loud for you guys. Sorry about that. Johnny K, typical boring Islam. Cracking me up, brother. Cracking me up. Makhachev takes he takes the back of Oliveira directly off the takedown. He's going for a submission. There's 31 seconds left. Makhachev tries to finish him off with a rear naked choke, but Oliveira fights it off, does not allow it to be applied. Guys, that was close. That was how he won the last fight. Getting that rear naked choke with 3 seconds left in the first round. So Oliveira fights it off. The round ends. We've got a barn burner of a first round, regardless of what Johnny says. McPooperton is happy that he did not get the submission. He's obviously on the Oliveira side. Looks like a lot of y'all are on the Oliveira side. I get it. I understand it. But I think Islam took that round. Absolutely. That last takedown cemented it for him, especially going for that rear naked choke. Immediately taking the back off of a hard takedown. You can't fault the guy for it. Round 1 of 5 in the books. Here we go. Round number 2. McPooperton likes his story. Dude, you know what? Who doesn't? I love it. It's rags to riches. You can't go wrong. And I'm rooting for him in a Sarukian matchup. Let's put it that way. But right here, Islam's the man. So here we go, round 2. Oliveira moves in on Makhachev, preparing to throw. Wow, I got tongue-tied there. Makhachev looks like he was going to step in and grapple, but Oliveira simply took the initiative first. Oliveira can't connect with the jab, but then hits Makhachev with a beauty of a straight right. Ooh, interesting. So setting up with excellent timing, Makhachev comes forward and shoots the takedown, and he gets the takedown off a single leg. Okay, so Oliveira cracked him on the feet, though. Makhachev goes right in for the takedown. Here we go. What are we going to get? The clock runs down. Oliveira's being smothered. Okay, fair. Just landing a few light punches. Oliveira tries to get double underhooks on Makhachev so that he can get some control, but can't get them. Makhachev smothers him. Just try to pass guard, and Makhachev is not able to pass guard. Makhachev does not allow Oliveira to lock him up with double underhooks. Let's see. Islam's lying on top of him, basically just smother him. And the ref says that's enough. We're standing him back up. The referees have been quick tonight to just get them guys back to their feet. They're not letting them just sit there. I don't know what ref we got in this one. I didn't see it, but either way, they're not allowing him to sit. Oliveira can't set up the left jab, but then hits Makhachev with a beauty of a straight right. Then another jab hits home from Oliveira, and he scores with a right cross. He's piecing him up with those straights on the feet. Pooperton likes this ref. I bet you do. If you're on the Oliveira side, you're loving this ref. Oliveira connects with a nice jab and then catches with a right hook this time. Okay, yeah. Makhachev's in trouble on the feet here, guys. We've got a minute left in the round. Attacking with a quick flurry, Oliveira throws 4 punches, landing none, and then hits a nice straight right that lands hard. So he misses his flurry, but lands a straight right at the end. I think that's kind of what he needs to do, is throw these flurries of punches to get Makhachev having to move and dodge, and then landing on like the 5th, 6th, 7th attempt in a strike. Unless he gasses himself out, I think that's the way you get to land punches on a guy with such good striking defense. Oliveira can't connect with the jab, but then catches Makhachev with a right roundhouse kick to the body. Oliveira tries to go to the body with a sharp hook, but is off target. Makhachev takes the chance to grabs him into a clinch, and that's the end of the round. I think Oliveira took that round. He landed the cleaner shots. He landed those body kicks, at least one, possibly two in that round. I think it was two. But he landed a straight right multiple times, even that heavy right hook. So I think Oliveira probably took that one, even though he lost on the control. And yeah, the commentators seem to agree with me. They have Oliveira. So we tied up 1-1. That's McBooperton's right. We're tied up 1-1. That's how I see it. That's how the commentator sees it. How do the judges see it? We'll never know. Well, we'll know at the end, but they have it tied 19-19. So here we go. The bell rings. We are here for round number 3. A jab hits home from Oliveira, and then he hits Makhachev with a spinning kick to the body. Guys, this is getting wild. Oliveira moves in on Makhachev, preparing to throw. Oliveira uses left jab, but doesn't hit the body kick follow-up. Oliveira throws a punch, but Makhachev was equal to it. Seizing the opportunity, Makhachev shoots, and he has the takedown on a single leg. Oliveira is forced to pull guard. That checks out. That is what he's been doing for the most success. Throwing a few strikes, but clearly just slowing things down. Makes sense. Oliveira moves to secure rubber guard, but cannot. Makhachev is fighting too hard. Makhachev throws some minor strikes. Yep, just keeps on thinking of his next move, holding him there, smothering him. Looking to pass. Let's see if he can get to side control. He struggles, but cannot find a way to get past it. Okay, yep, so he's stuck in guard. Anyway, Oliveira. The fuck is rubber guard? How do I... So rubber guard is basically just like a more active guard that you can, you're kind of closer for a lot of submissions. You know what? We'll get to it at the end. We'll go back to it. But yeah. So anyway, Oliveira, he tries to pull Makhachev close and smother him. Okay, interesting. That's an odd tactic. I don't know why he would do that. Lengthy period of a stalemate results in the referee standing him back up. Referee he wants the violence. Okay, so Oliveira's looking in to throw. We got a couple seconds left. Makhachev lands a weak, tentative jab. My gosh, the commentary is making Makhachev seem like a wimp. Oliveira can't hit the setup left jab, but then hits a straight right that lands hard. Oliveira lands a jab and then scores with a right head kick. And that's a close round. I think Oliveira might have stole it with the head kick at the end of the round. Although at first I was leaning Makhachev because there was some strikes landed by Oliveira earlier in the fight, but he didn't land that much, and he spent a lot of time on his back. But that head kick, even if it wasn't just a big, heavy head kick, it probably stole it in the eyes of the judges. I'm going to say right now we're at 29-28 for Oliveira, and the commentators seem to agree with me. Okay, 29-28 Oliveira as we head into the championship rounds. Okay, start of round 3. Here we go. What do we have in this one? Okay, right away. Great timing. Makhachev comes in fast, shoots the takedown. 6 seconds into the round. And obviously Oliveira can't stop it because, here we go. Johnny K down there. Olives all day. Islam is just lays and prays. In this one, he is laying and praying. If you watched the first fight, Johnny K, which I know you did, it wasn't a lay and pray. That was absolute utter domination. But in this matchup, you are correct. He is laying and praying, and it's not working out for him, honestly. So let's see. Oliveira has yet to stop a single takedown from the 5 he's faced. Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. In guard, Makhachev is working to pass to side control. He finds himself unable to pass. Oliveira tries to lock onto an arm from bottom, and he gets blocked. That makes sense. Trying to pass the guard, finds himself unable to pass. Oliveira wants to move to rubber guard yet again. Rubber guard mission control, but Makhachev keeps him at bay. Okay. Mission control is an interesting one. If he could get that on Makhachev, I don't know if that's something he deals with very often, because that's that kind of like, what is that? That like 10th planet style kind of move. So that's not something that you deal with over in Dagestan, I'm pretty sure. At least not regularly. Great Hatsby, extra olives on the pizza tonight. I love it. We know what side everybody's on. Here we go. In guard, Makhachev begins working to pass to side control. Oliveira fights it off, and they wind up scrambling for position. This could be interesting. This is where the real grappling is going to take place. And who ends up winning the scramble could really dictate some big stuff. Makhachev is up first and quickly grabs Oliveira, pushing him against the cage. Oh, so they scrambled clear up to their feet this time. Okay. It isn't pretty, but Makhachev has Oliveira stuck against the cage. The grueling grappling contest continues for about the next 60 seconds. Both fighters basically just don't do anything. Okay, cool. He's smothering him against the cage, stomps on his foot. Okay, Makhachev resorting to the foot stomp, all right? It's like the old school Marty Snoozman technique. Here we go. Showing his control. Makhachev's just smothering him. He's going to win this round, honestly, unless Oliveira lands something crazy. Makhachev is controlled in this entire round, and I don't think Oliveira's landed a single strike. So we're going to be even going into the fifth if the next 35 seconds goes up like this. Yep, that's it. So round 4, there's some audible boos from the crowd. That wasn't the most exciting round we've ever seen. Okay, well, the crowd's not happy about it, but you got to give that round to Makhachev. I've got it tied up 2 rounds apiece. I think that's the only thing that makes any sense. That round goes to Makhachev. Yes, it does. Now, we're going into the 5th round of our championship fight. McCooperton agrees 2-2. I'm with it. Boring Islam. Johnny K is all about it. Guys, this is for all the marbles, the final round of the fight. Blood Money MMA Bets has Islam Makhachev on his side. Johnny K Picks has Charles do Bronx Oliveira on his side. Isn't this, how fitting is this that the 2 guys that have a show together, Defend Your Units, they do this all the time. They argue all the time on their show. They're now going head-to-head in a World of Mixed Martial Arts 5 championship tournament that resulted because they both purchased shirts from my website, both of them early enough to do so that they ended up getting 2 of the best fighters in the division. That is hilarious. Let's see. Second round was 10-7. Olives, Great Hatsby says. Oh, goodness. You're cracking me up, man. 10-7. That's way too funny. That's way too funny. I have seen a 10-7 in this game before. It is rare, but I have seen it. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go into round 5. I'm loving the narratives here. I'm loving the story. I'm loving this fight. This is going to be fun. Okay, so according to their scorecard, that leaves it dead even with just 1 round remaining. And here we go. Last round underway. Oliveira moves in on Makhachev, preparing to throw hands. And Oliveira lands a jab and then hits a nice straight right. Oliveira comes in looking to strike. Throws 2 quick punches, but doesn't hit either of them. Oliveira is slowing just a little as he starts to get into the gas tank a bit. A jab hits home from Oliveira, and then he scores with a right cross that lands hard. Makhachev looked like he was going to step in and grapple, but Oliveira simply took the initiative first. This round so far is looking like Oliveira. We're about a minute in. Oliveira connects with a jab, but his big right hand follow-up misses. Okay. Oliveira throws a punch, but Makhachev is equal to it. Makhachev comes in and grabs Oliveira in the clinch. And here it is. Here's where we decide how this fight goes. Can maintain this position? He's got the underhooks. He's gained solid control. He's looking for the takedown. I think he's probably getting the takedown. No way! The first time Oliveira is able to stop a takedown in the 5th round, in the round that matters, the takedown is unsuccessful. Oliveira maintained a good, solid base. All is fighting for your money and fighting for my boy Johnny K, who's down there in the chat like the man that he is. Like, I love it. Okay, here we go. Makhachev's trying to muscle Oliveira up against the cage. Oliveira ends up backed up against the cage, so could still be a grinding finish for Makhachev here, a grinding finish of the round. I mean, let's see. Showing his ability to control opponents, Makhachev is smothering Oliveira. A minute or so passes, and the 2 opponents just pressed up against the cage, not doing a gosh darn thing. Past the halfway mark of the round. Showing his ability to control opponents, he's doing the same thing still. Oh, my goodness. Nothing. They've got some dirty boxing going on. Oh, the referee brings him back to the center. He said wasn't enough going on. Oliveira glances at the clock, grimacing slightly. I think he realizes he's running out of time, and this is way too close for him to be happy about this. We move into the final 60 seconds of the round. A flurry of 4 punches from Oliveira, sees 2 of them land, and then hits Makhachev with a body kick. Makhachev backing off, hits a weak left hand. Oliveira hits a couple of minor left hands, but the big right hand the follow-up misses. Oliveira misses all of his strikes in a combo that end with a head kick attempt. The round ends. Oh, fellas, I don't know who wins this one. I really don't. Because Makhachev controlled like 3.5 minutes of that round, doing like the light strikes and the dirty boxing against the cage. Now something that they don't tell you, they don't read you every single strike that lands. They just throw some of them out. Because if you look at the fight metrics at the end, which we will do for this one at least, it will show you that they've thrown more than the however many strikes you saw. Because time ticks by, right? You got to assume that Makhachev has landed some strikes up against the cage. But from what I can tell, Oliveira's landed more damage. Ooh, goodness. McCooperton says it's a draw. Dude, that would be so wild if it was a draw. I don't know how they'd scored a draw in this one because the 10-point must system. We're going to find out who's going to win a copy of World Mixed Martial Arts 5, guys, and I'm excited about it. So here we go. The commentators think that Oliveira took the round. I'm inclined to agree with them just slightly. We will see, though. The judges have given their scores, which are about to be announced. They're building the anticipation, guys. I'm stoked. All three judges give this score of 48-47. Charles Dubronx Oliveira wins. Johnny K, what's up, brother? You win yourself a copy of World of Mixed Martial Arts 5. After we're done here, actually, I'll probably do it tomorrow because I'm going to go home, eat dinner, and go to bed. But sometime tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow anyway, as long as I don't oversleep, whatever. McPooperton, super happy. This weekend for sure, but probably tomorrow, I'm going to get that product code for you. I've got it saved somewhere in an email that I've got to find. But you win yourself a copy of World of Mixed Martial Arts 5. Dude, you're going to actually love this game, I promise you. Even if you use it to, like, just for fun to, like, we got, fights coming up. Let's see who this game has winning. But the champ has a name. Johnny K, let's go! Yeah, guys, that was awesome. Real quick, we'll go to right here. They said it was an average fight. Honestly, I don't agree with that. That was an absolutely fantastic fight. Let's look at the metrics. So here's how the metrics of the fight went. Islam was 5 of 6 on takedowns, none for Oliveira. Power punches, only 5 power punches were landed. Oliveira landed 5 power punches. Nobody landed any others. But when you're looking at like light punches, like jabs and stuff like that, they use jabs as just like a whole placeholder. It doesn't mean necessarily jabs. But 39. So actually the volume was even 39-39. It's just that Oliveira landed the power shots. As far as kicks, like lighter ones, no power kicks were landed. Lighter kicks, Oliveira landed more, 5-1. No elbows landed, no knees. So power versus jab. It doesn't actually mean a jab. So as you can tell, power is basically anything that's thrown heavy. A jab is like a light strike. I don't know why they word it that way. It's just the way that they do it for this. I think it's probably for simplicity. For ground strikes, all of those were on the Makhachev side. 0 ground strikes landed for Oliveira. So this was an extremely close fight. Neither guy completed a submission, obviously. That's duh. And ground passes, the only person to pass at 1 for 6 was Makhachev. This was a good fight. That is absolutely fun. I love it. Guys, something I want to show you guys since we're here. We're already chatting. We're having a fun time. You guys are down there in the chat. Johnny K, if you're still watching, let's check out the editor. This is the editor, and so I have the real world database uploaded on here, right? They have like a default database, which is just kind of like made up characters or whatever, but the real world database, it has 7,852 fighters in it. Actually, it might be 7,000, and they're not all fighters actually. So it's 7,852 characters. That includes commentators, fighters, whatever. It's actually, I think, 7,851 because I added 138 MMA in there as a user avatar. So there's one less than that, but either way. They have 35 different companies. These are the companies that they currently have in the game. If you have every single small, like tiny promotion, it's kind of tough just because the more stuff you have, the slower the game goes. And if you have, we've got 35 in here. If you have like 180 or something, that's too many. But here's what I was talking about with like judges. So these are all of the judges that we have in the game, and they all have different stuff. So let's use Ben Cartledge, for example. So Ben Cartledge, it gives all of his stuff. It says like his nationality. It says like, obviously if he's alive, that's cool. It says when he's active, when he started being active. It says where he can work. He apparently works in the British Isles. But his accuracy. So like, look at this. If he has biases, they have none. They can do striking, grappling, jiu-jitsu, whatever. He has none according to this. His accuracy is a 38. Now that doesn't mean he's only accurate 38% of the time. It's a scale metric. It's hard to really explain, but because I don't know all the data behind it, but the more you play the game, the more you figure that out, how that works. Name value is just basically going to be what size promotions are using this judge. But yeah, so let's look at another one just so you guys can get a gauge for that. What's another judge that we all know? What's Sal D'Amato, guys? We all know him. So Sal D'Amato, they give him 72 on accuracy, and I do agree with that. I know everybody thinks Sal is bad, but he turns in a ton of good scorecards. Every now and then it's a bad one, but he turns in a ton of really good scorecards. I know people shit on the guy either way. Name value, he's probably the most well-known judge. So born in 1964. So, it's been doing this thing for a while. And let's look at another one. See if we can find one with a bias. What about Chris Watts? No bias. We're going to find one with a bias here, guys. None. There's somebody with a bias. Oops, I already clicked Sal. We are not having any luck. There are some with biases, but I'm having no luck finding. Whatever. Either way, let's do one more. None. Okay. There are some with biases. Most of them are going to say none, but there are some. Either way, in this current version of the game, there is 40 judges, and they all have just different stuff, as you saw them popping up. Referees, 60 of them in the game. We've got all these guys, right? Guys and gals. There's some of these. So let's look up a referee that – let's go Herb Dean right out of the gate, the gold standard, guys. He can work everywhere. Dude's name value is 97. So this is funny, right? So if you look at this, stoppages, he's ranked as late. Stand-ups in his style, being like relaxed or strict on the rules, he's normal. That makes sense. But I love that they have stoppages late for Herb Dean. Super fun. Keith Peterson, let's go with that. Normal on the stoppages, normal on that, but he's very strict on the style because you know what? He's no nonsense, right? Yeah. Fun stuff. That is what it is. It's got, you know, everything you know, relationships. So meaning like right here, it shows like brothers, stuff like that. There's tons of it. This game is super in-depth. Johnny K, you get a copy of the game. It's going to be, you're going to enjoy the heck out of this. Yeah, like I said, super fun stuff. And guys, that's almost it. But we gotta crown our champion. The champ has a name. Charlie Olives. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm just going to pop on here, not in the mini version. There I am. Okay. Wow, I need to shave. It's rough. All right, guys. This was a fun time. I enjoyed the heck out of this. There you go. Troy down there in the chat. Let's go, Johnny K. Johnny's the man, so I'm actually really happy he won this. Not that Blood Bunny's not. I also think Blood Bunny's the man. I'm happy like somebody that I think can enjoy this. I'm happy that they won. So Johnny K, you're the man. You win. Troy was right. You are the man. Let's get it. Let's go. So guys, I'll be signing off. I'm going to check out. But first, I want to go back over a couple of things. Troy has this whole live stream has been sponsored by your man Troy. Troy Robert, you're the dude. You crushed it. Got the $10 donation. I appreciate it. You're the man. You became a new member of the channel, and you gifted 3 memberships. Like, first off, we're gonna highlight you on the screen now that I can do that again. Now that I'm back on the screen. Troy's the man. Thank you, my friend. You've done this for everybody. We're all here for you. So, yeah, awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off for tonight. I'm gonna go home and eat some dinner and do a little bit of more work. And that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Troy uses my videos to study before making bets, dude. Troy, I hope that you didn't tail too many of my bets last week when I was so heavy. Maybe you just didn't tail the ones when I was heavy invested in Dober. Probably smart because I was way too biased in that one. That was a bad move. But usually we come out on top. We've done it plenty of times. And something I noticed recently, actually from the start of this year and a little bit into the end of last year, if instead of placing bets, this is going to sound stupid because all the EV guys are going to be like, yeah, you're dumb. But Troy's a big Meccano guy. There you go. I'm glad you did, dude. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you won some money there. So instead of placing EV bets, which sometimes I want to beat line movement. I think the odds are wrong here. Like this guy should be an underdog, but it shouldn't be like a plus 250 underdog. Instead of placing bets like that all the time, something I need to make a point to do is, yes, place those bets at times, but also place the bets that, based on my analysis and my confidence ratings, I think are going to win. And that's something that I kind of got away from a little bit at the beginning of this year, and I was doing better at last year. And I would have those like underdogs that I thought, okay, the value's wrong here, but it wasn't. My betting slate was just a bunch of the values wrong, because you have to, I think you got to find a balance. And maybe that's just me. A lot of people are just value-based bettors and they do well with it. Maybe I'm just picking the wrong spots. I don't know. I had a bet on nearly every fight on the card last week. I had a bet on every fight except for the Randy Brown fight. I should have probably bet that one because I got that one right. But either way, guys, I had a good night just doing this. This was super fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, Troy, you're the man. I appreciate the heck out of you. Johnny K, you're gonna love the new game. So I'm signing out, guys. Time for dinner. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys very soon. One last reminder. Next week on Couch Warriors channel, we're doing our panel. So far, it's me and Couch Warrior, and I'm not sure who else. But he's coming up with a guest this week because it's on his channel. Even numbers on his channel. And my breakdown will be out like normal. So see you guys there. Talk to you all soon. You guys have a great night as well. Take it easy.